Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Somewhat Podcast, man. Today is a special treat for y'all. You have a triumvirate of brilliance with you today. No guests. So I'm. You like that, right? I'm Alex. Welcome to the show.
Wow. This is risque and was it triumvirate? Wow.
Triumvirate of brilliance.
That is amazing, dude. I think we should just end the show right now. I mean,
this way we can have many episodes without, just bullshitting what we were going to talk about and end the show like that. And look at, people be like, hey, we just watched 3 seconds of bullshit and they got a full view video.
but I think will probably be our most popular ones.
Dude, they're like TikTokers. There's like whole scam going on like that. People just making memes and putting them on. No effort, nothing. It's just that view count is generating revenue. We should get in on that,
Done.
No, I think let's be the voice of substantial reason in an ocean of like TikTokers and memers.
Nobody wants to listen to voice of reason. You think these humans today want to listen to reason today, man? Come on.
That's fine. That's their problem.
The 30 people that watch us do.
Exactly. That's enough. That's enough for me.
And half of those are Chinese bots.
I'm thinking of more of the TikTok scam, man.
TikTok scam? Is TikTok a scam?
No. So the scam in the TikTok, man. Yeah. All right. Okay. Your question was... What was your question, Riz?
Our topic for today is going to be... we're going to be talking about Pakistan.
Yes.
And maybe some other variety of topics, but that's going to be our main focus today. So, Rizke, go ahead.
Yes. So let me frame it this way. I don't know how many of you guys got to see our first episode, which talked about the situation in Pakistan in a lot of detail. Just to kind of quickly summarize.
That was a year ago. Exactly.
That's why I want to quickly summarize it. Because a lot of people probably...
I think the Ukraine war and the Pakistan issue has been a year now, yeah. But nobody wants to celebrate that in Pakistan right now.
But at that time, Imran Khan was ousted from power, in a no confidence vote. Subsequently, he went to the people of Pakistan. Masses of people came out to his rallies, and he was holding rallies all over the country, where like hundreds and thousands of people were coming to the streets in support of him. He had this narrative that he was ousted by an American-backed regime change. You guys remember that, right? Those were his exact words.
Yep.
Okay. So he had this narrative for a while. Subsequently, initially he was like making comments against the military establishment in veiled tones. He wasn't calling them out directly.
Yeah,
but he was referring to them in like
the establishment, in very passive manner, just
right. Yeah, but people knew who he was talking about. But after the army chief, General Bajwa, retired, he actually started calling him out by name. Do you remember that, Zoeb?
Oh, yeah. Well, after that, it was just, underwear, pants, everything off.
Right.
Just all nude.
Okay. But anyways, the main thing Imran Khan has been asking for since he was ousted is for elections, right?
Fair and free elections.
He wants, in his words, fair and free elections to be held as soon as possible. He even dissolved his own governments in the Punjab and in the KP,
the two big
provinces.
Yeah.
And some people will argue. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Some people argue that he did that as a political stunt to try to pressure the government into holding more early elections. Other people will frame it that the guy he doesn't care for power. Look, he gave up his own governments in 2 provinces. Blah, yada yada yada. Anyway, so tensions have been rising in Pakistan. The polarization is getting very, extreme. Most recently, there was this political rally that the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, which is Imran Khan's party, held in Lahore, which led to some clashes between the police and the workers. And one PTI worker actually died.
2 actually.
This just happened.
One was more. Yeah, there was 2 actually.
This just happened recently. This is just like a few days
It's like
ago.
2 days ago, man.
Yeah. Now the PTI is claiming that he was killed while under police custody. That's what they're
there's video and pictures. So that's
wait. Let me finish.
Right.
It's not their claim is that he was killed under police custody. The police is counterclaiming. They're saying that they have video of a black car dropping off this gentleman at a hospital, and now they're gonna do the investigation. And they're saying that they were not the ones who killed him. Okay, so there's 2 competing narratives going on right now.
They're partially right in one sense because black car that dropped him off. Yeah.
So right now, and now Imran Khan. Okay, by the way, Imran Khan has changed his view that the Americans were behind the regime change. Ali, you'll find this interesting. Now he's saying that no, it was not that the Americans hatched a conspiracy from America. The conspiracy was hatched by General Bajwa in Pakistan, and he's the one who convinced the Americans to start the regime change. So now that's his new narrative. Okay.
Well, it's not his new narrative. It's Bajwa actually admitting that. He admitted that to Hamid Mir. What are you talking about? You don't know where that came from?
Well,
that was the beauty of it.
High level.
Zoeb, let's stay on a high level. Let's let the emotions let's get the better of us.
Well, no, I didn't mean emotions. I meant like information.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
You're giving the whole thing, but there's like proof. He said it on Geo with Hamid Mir, and
I didn't mean emotions. I meant like information.
But here's the thing. You're giving the whole thing, but there's like proof. He said it on Geo with Hamid Mir, and that Javed Iqbal guy. Javed Iqbal is his right hand, vocalist. Whatever he wants to print, he tells him. This guy is so freaking stupid that he admitted everything he did to remove Imran Khan.
What proof are you talking about?
Okay,
Hold
on, guys. It's neither here nor there. So the narrative at this point is that Imran Khan is saying that the Bajwa, the general, is the one that
Pakistani military establishment
got the U.S. to
oust him, get him ousted
from power.
Yeah,
continue.
Yeah. So that's what his new narrative is. My question to you, Alex, is that you're an outsider looking in, right? You're not a Pakistani. You're not, obviously that. I want you to look at it from like an outside bird. Look at this whole situation, and I want to kind of get your analysis and feel for it.
Yeah, but he hasn't even read anything.
Do you have like a more specific question for me, or?
Exactly. Well, let Zoeb now give his point of view, and then you can maybe then. So Zoeb, you go ahead and.
Here, I just this is just the international news. Jamal Bajwa admits to being behind regime change in Iran. Here, and the original column was in Urdu, okay, which he had Javed Iqbal, his main right-hand guy, to print whatever. Bajwa's been trying to whitewash like his image after he retired. I guess he cared enough about like how bad the people perceive him. So in that, you would think that this guy perpetrating all this stuff would be pretty deceptive and stealthy, but he wasn't. He actually admitted everything, like recording Imran Khan every time he would meet him, and everything, which is illegal, by the way, under the the law in Pakistan, that he's been recording the prime minister's, he's phone tapped, his phones. And then the funny thing was, when Imran Khan, the whole thing started when Imran Khan actually went to Russia to make that deal to get, cheap gas from them. All right. And when he gave him the green light to go there, all right, he asked the military establishment, hey, I'm going to do this. Do you think this is a good move? And they're like, yeah, go ahead, man. Full Godspeed. So as he goes there, this guy tells the Americans, hey, this was his idea. We told him not to go. We're backing Ukraine, because on the same time when Imran Khan is meeting Putin, he's having a press conference saying that they are backing the U.S. Stance on the Ukraine war against Russia. So that was where this whole started. When he comes back, he starts the vote of no confidence against him. But you read this article, and he just flat out tells exactly how he did this whole thing in his own words.
But Zoeb, let me ask you this though: you are aware that Imran Khan met Bajwa 2 times after he was ousted? Are you aware of that?
Yes, one time was that night when the courts opened. Right before that, the night.
No.
I'm talking
I'm talking about after that. Are you aware of that?
That is not a confirmed thing.
It's confirmed. Like the PTI, the person Shibli Faraz, who was his chief of staff.
Okay, so then what did Bajwa tell him in that meeting?
Listen, my point is this. My point is that if Imran Khan was a true revolutionary, he would be really against the establishment.
He is. What are you talking about?
He's not. He is only against the establishment on the surface. My argument is that he is okay with the establishment as long as the establishment is with him and persecuting his political opponents. That's my argument.
Okay, so here let me just get this straight. So Nawaz Sharif was, what would you say? I mean, he was not he was declared he cannot run elections by the Supreme Court. Right. Okay.
Right.
So each of the opponents, they're all crooks. They had cases. Shahbaz Sharif was going to go to jail the day he became prime minister. So I just trying to find it hard to understand. He's trying to say that we have to establish a justice system to reform the army, not to give them the power they already have, like they can turn governments over. They're the ones been controlling everything for 75 years. So what are the Revolutionary Party you're trying to get at? Because the only thing the people in Pakistan, and I'm hearing, is he's trying to reform the justice system, right? Give the power back to the justice system. Right now, the Supreme Court said have the elections in 90 days. No, everybody is just banging their drums. The problem is...
listen.
Every single one of them is a crook.
Yeah. No, the point is that if you look at the way the political parties in Pakistan react to court decisions, they love the Supreme Court when it favors them, but if it rules against them, then they say, "Oh, this is corrupt," and this and that.
What's the difference between that and any other country?
No, there's not. But what I'm saying is that.
But in this one case, here's the thing: the man himself has no corruption, all right, against him. There's no valid case against him that he stole money or did anything illegal with it. All right. Now, his opponents, the 13 parties conglomerate together, every single one of them is a crook. Every single one of them. All right. So, I don't know. Rizwan's kind of like mixed matching his intention. I don't know, man. But the thing here is, the whole public in Pakistan has never stood behind a man like that, or thousands of people guarding his house, the outskirts of his house, day and night, so the cops won't arrest him illegally and kill him. He already had an assassination attempt on him. I mean, shit.
So,
only what question do you have?
Well, I think you asked me for a bird's eye view, right?
Yeah.
I think you guys kind of got into the weeds a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd say this, right? Imran Khan is, in my opinion, from what I've read, I did quite a bit of research on Pakistan because I had a feeling we were going to talk about it. So, Imran Khan, in my opinion, is an agent of change. Right? And he recognizes that the best form of change is incremental change, not like a revolutionary burn everything down change. Because if you've noticed throughout history, when there's a revolution, it goes against it turns out to be against the people who are pushing for it. In Iran, when there was a revolution, it turned out that the students were the ones who suffered at the end of the day. Egypt when they had the revolution. It turned out that the common people were the ones who suffered at the end of the day. In the French Revolution, it turned out that it worked for Napoleon. It didn't work for the common Frenchman.
Right.
But when you have change, you're an agent of change in the system, right? Where you're in the system, but you're forcing change, you're pushing change, you're bending and making things uncomfortable for other people. That's when the best and most lasting change takes place. So from what I'm getting from what you're telling me is when he met the General Bajwa, is maybe he had this conversation with him. He's like, look, these are the things that I want to do. Either like you can be with me and we can do this together. You're not going to have as much power as you had before, but I'm going to convince you of a better Pakistan, a better way to do things where everybody's going to be successful and not just a few. You can be with me, and if you're not with me, then you're going to be against me. Right? And if you, from every single speech that I've heard from him, his main point of conversation is the stagnation of the elite. It's like there's an elite class in Pakistan that has stagnated. They hold all the power, they hold all the money, they have no drive, they have no effort, they have no desire to make Pakistan a better place because they have everything already. They don't need to. And he wants to break that. So there's opportunity for everyone. Everybody can become a billionaire, or like Pakistan have more billionaires, Pakistan have more millionaires. And I think that's what he is. Well, I mean, from an outside perspective, I think that's what his goal is.
The other thing is,
a commendable goal.
If you actually hear it, he's not anti-American. But he doesn't want to just accept everything that the United States demands of the country and do it.
Because I think he's anti-American. Hold on, I think it's anti-American. He's anti-American when it benefits him, and he's pro-American when it benefits him.
It's a narrative.
At the end of the day, he's a politician, and he has to sell. Look, no.
There was
hold on. No fakir is going to be the ruler of a country.
Right.
You can't be a fakir and be a ruler of a country. You have to have some politics, some siyasa, some guile, some smarts, some slickness. You have to. You're talking to an entire country, and everybody thinks in a different way. So, and like you have to be able to have that.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though. When he was in power, he was like, when his government was in power for 3.5 years. A lot of his political opponents were jailed and persecuted during his time. I don't know if you're aware of that.
That was Bajwa doing it. He also admitted that.
Oh, okay. Listen. Okay, Zoeb, listen.
Apart from him going against Nawaz. Okay, wait a minute. So you're telling me Nawaz Sharif he went against was not right?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there was also journalists, by the way. Go and see how many
journalists were Bajwa's doing. I'll give you all that, man, because I'll tell you the news you've been here. I know exactly what you read.
Yeah.
Trust me. I'll tell you. I was most skeptical about him. I've been on this thing so hardcore.
Yeah.
He, what's his name? Harun Rashid, that really senior journalist. Because he had the same contentions you were talking about. Same exact contentions, even why he appointed, the chief minister in Punjab, what was his name?
Yeah, Usman Buzdar.
Yeah. Buzdar, because, he said why you did that, and that was a contention he had. I will forward you that because he had a one-on-one talk with him. And in that interview, cleared everything.
उस्मान बुज़दार मुसल्लत की वो खुसरो बख्तियार अब आपका कहाँ है और वो वज़ीर कानून का क्या नाम था जी वो वज़ीर कानून जो होता था कराची
छोड़े उसको जो मसनूई तौर पे लोगों से हमदर्दी दिखाते हैं कि औरत
that because he had a one-on-one talk with him, and in that interview cleared everything with him. He's like, listen, most of these decisions were like they were giving me names and saying this is happening, while it was not me giving any of the orders. So
and also Also, hold on, Rizke. You have to understand that, like, when somebody's running a country, he's like the person who's running the country is the generalist. He's not the expert. Experts come to him and say, "Oh, this is going on. This is going on. This is going on. Like, we're going to do this." So his party may have been doing, these arresting journalists, and even if the case is that he's the one that like sanctioned it himself, right? Let's say he himself sanctioned it for argument's sake, right? Saint, he's just a player in the game, man. He's playing the game that he has. Like, why would he put himself at a disadvantage and not play the game is there?
Here's my thing.
For argument's sake, I'm not saying that's true.
He became prime minister after 26 years of being in that shit fest. Like, he could have he could have lived a real easy, smooth life with his wife without divorcing her, because what they did to her when she came to Pakistan was because of politics. And he said, "Listen, was because of politics."
But who brought him into power?
Bajwa did. Because he was pissed off at
establishment.
Because he was pissed. Exactly, and that's the whole game.
That's not a fair. That's not a fair assessment.
No. I'm not saying that. Listen. Let me finish my
incremental
thought. Let me finish my thought. My thought is that, look, he was, and this is well documented. Like, after Imran Khan, Pakistan won the World Cup in 1992, right? That's when, he won the World Cup, and shortly thereafter, this what's his name, Hamid Gul. He's a former ISI director, the powerful Pakistan intelligence agency. He's documented. He was saying that they had Imran Khan in their eyes to kind of raise as a political sort of power, as opposed to listen, in opposition to Nawaz Sharif and the Bhuttos, those two dominant families. This was their plan.
Always politically engineered to have an opposing force to take down the other. That's been a trend in Pakistan.
Yeah, that's a trend, right? My point is that, basically the military establishment was working with Imran in tandem for many, many years. Okay, my contention is that when he was upset that they did not help him stop the no confidence motion when it came out.
Yeah,
he was expecting that they would.
Why do you know? See, here's the thing. You keep asking these questions, but you have no clue of what the real contention is. He wasn't playing ball. He wasn't playing Bajwa's ball because he didn't want him to keep up the corruption. Bajwa even said that himself. So,
well, that's one point of view. That's your point of view. You're entitled to it.
But you have to say, Rizke, is that every public speech that he has made has been a point of saying that there is an elite class in Pakistan, cough, cough, the rich and the army, that have stagnated the country, have stagnated development, that are holding back Pakistan from reaching its potential, and this needs to end, right? So
I'm going to just ask you a simple question.
He used the military as a tool to get what he wants.
Listen.
Slow boil.
Listen.
Tell me one thing. In the history of Pakistan, have you seen the people of Pakistan resonate with any leader like this?
No, and that's great. What I'm saying is that's great, and I hope I'm wrong too. What I'm saying is that his actions do not match up to his words a lot of times. For example, his selling the gift, that the Saudi from
there's a rule you can buy it at that percentage money and then sell it. Nawaz Sharif took cars which you can't even take out of Tosha Khana. So you're just talking, nonsense now. He bought the watch. He bought it out of the Tosha Khana.
Tone it down a little bit.
Alex,
1 second.
Go ahead.
First of all, okay, just because something is legal, does that make it like etiquette? Does that make it?
It is a freaking law, dude. What do you mean? If something is legal, it is legal to do it. That's why he did it.
How does? Okay, listen. Okay, let me point it out.
Right over there, man.
Listen.
Okay, all right.
Okay, here's the thing.
When you guys are getting saying Aste, listen. You guys are getting into
the weeds.
It doesn't make a difference if you sold a fucking watch or some shit. Who cares?
But
inshallah, he sold the watch and he used the money to gamble. Who cares, bro? It
man,
doesn't make a
here's the
difference,
thing.
you know, like,
Here's the
if he
thing.
sold the watch, he sold the watch.
There is rules and laws of buying presents you get from the other foreign countries.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to make something very clear to both of you. Him selling a watch does not negate him from being prime minister. Him not selling the watch.
Well, they're
doesn't make him a
trying
better
to
prime
actually in Pakistan. They've been trying to use that to make him non-electable.
By the way, it's not just
it's a red herring. It's a red.
It's not just the watch, dude. There's other things coming out too now. By the way, that his wife has been.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I think I know. Or you've been watching Geo and other that bullshit.
Whoa, dude! I have, dude.
I'm telling you, I know who you're listening to.
I know who you're listening to. But anyways, go ahead.
You know, I think when you guys,
I'm listening to the people where the 95% of the people are standing with him in the country, and that's why these guys won't go to elections because they will lose.
Well, he's probably going to win in the next election.
I mean, they put less than $3.5 million in reserves. They've defaulted actually. They just haven't officially declared that.
Let's just end it like this. I want Imran Khan to succeed. I really do. I want Pakistan to succeed. But I'm not a blind follower. I do not think he's a messiah or anything.
No. I'm not into the messiah thing, anything. Basically what I want out of all of this is I want somebody to hang those freaking crooks and bastards. Literally, hang them. Every single one of them. Starting from the generals. Even this new Asim Munir, who they call, Hafiz Whiskey. The chief of army staff, they call him Hafiz Whiskey because he drinks.
Dude, that's like PTI propaganda, man. Come on.
Dude, it's not even. This is PDM also telling us, not the PTI.
I want to meet this Hafiz. This guy sounds like
a man. You look at his face, he looks like the back of your shoe. Yeah.
What?
This guy, man, I swear, he looks like an old, that leather you're trying to fix a old shoe, sandal back sole with, then you slap it against the mud. That's his face.
Okay. By the way, let me ask you. One last question, Saint.
God, bro,
why is like Imran Khan not accepting about his daughter Tyrion White?
He already did. What are you talking about?
When is he declared?
He recently did that. Initially he denied it. I know that he initially denied it. Now this is all I'm telling you. My dad's
That's
argument
from a previous relationship.
I'm like, okay, so when you can't beat a person straight in political, you go for his character assassination.
Personal.
But then you talk about, Maryam Nawaz, how she eloped and got pregnant before she even had nikah. Forget that part, because her father was going to kill Captain Safdar, the man who she eloped with, because, they did something.
But listen, Saint, two wrongs don't make a right.
I'm not talking about that. You're talking about character. I mean, like, what are you getting at?
You guys are arguing about.
He had a freaking daughter. He had a daughter. Okay, yeah. And who's been taken care of by his ex-wife?
Yeah, he should accept that then.
You know what you sound like are those retards on the freaking opposing media. That's exactly what it is. Bro.
But what?
You're talking about Rizke, and you just brought up Nawaz Sharif's daughter.
I know, like what?
No, I'm talking about you're talking about character assassination. Like, okay, so he had a out of wedlock. Right?
So he should just acknowledge it. There's
dude, he did it. He asked him like,
where in Pakistan has he acknowledged it?
Yes, he has. They took it to court. They said, okay, is this going to be something we need to talk about? And it was the whole. You have freaking. You don't even know what's happened. Up till now, everything you talked about, you have no knowledge. You didn't even know. You didn't know like Bajwa actually had a statement. The stupid ass idiot who admitted everything. You have no clue about that because that's why. That's why.
Oh, it's that easy that Bajwa admitted everything on video. Oh yeah,
dude. I'm gonna send you the freaking the article and you read it, the Urdu one, and then you decide for yourself. This is no secret because I think you have a big lag in what's been going on. Because I think you're pulling the geo tidbits and going, oh, okay, that's the update. There we go.
No, I'm using critical analysis. I'm not following to the false messiah complex that so many people are.
I don't think he's the messiah either.
A lot of people do, my friend.
Well, there's that. Let them. But I know 95% of the people are sick and tired of the military and the crooks.
All I'm saying is there are no good options in our country, sadly. I don't see any.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
That's all I can say.
I'm gonna give you guys little information.
To use the whole freaking watch thing to say he's corrupted is the biggest BS I've ever heard of.
No, but it goes against his whole narrative that he's like this sort of pious Sadiq and Amin, type of.
The Sadiq and Amin.
No, holy alert.
He never said he's Sadiq and Amin. It was given by the courts. And you know what? I even hate that because Sadiq and Amin is something that only the Prophet ﷺ can have. There's no human being that can have that title. They cannot. They can use other words to say this man is honest or whatever. But even against the Sadiq and Amin thing, that is just not right. That is not. Right. I don't even like it.
There are people whose name is Sadiq.
Well, that's a whole different. And then there's the people named Amin, but there's not Sadiq Amin. Maybe there is. Who knows first name, last name?
Look, guys.
But I know Rizwan. No.
Pakistan, because I really think that their initial tenets of what they were created for was to be a country for all peoples in that area and to live in a peaceful country, right? A successful country, and be like a place for Muslims to have political representation, because they felt that in India they wouldn't. It wouldn't be the case. And the vision of Muhammad Ali Jinnah was a beautiful vision, and I feel like they were given a bad hand by the British. The British divided the country over lunch.
I don't know, Ali. I'll tell you honestly.
Hold on.
We can blame the British all day long. We can.
No, hold on.
That is the one thing I look at this. The people, the deceptive people and the own agenda people started right after Jinnah passed away. They were kind of like waiting for him to pass away. We had no solid leader after Jinnah. Like who could actually, uphold those morals.
After Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Pakistan basically became, the tool of powerful families to further their interest.
Yep.
And the tool of the military to further its interest, right?
That tool.
And so after a few years, after Muhammad Ali Jinnah died, Pakistan amended their constitution to make it where, in order to be in the government, you had to be a Muslim. It wasn't there before. And another thing they did is the military became entrenched in the government itself.
Yes.
So after its founding, the United States and Pakistan became very close allies, right? And became close allies as a counterweight to India and the USSR.
Right. Well, the Cold War really brought them close.
Yeah, and Pakistan was afforded money, technology, military weapons.
Well, that's where the dollar addiction started for the
economic support. They were afforded a lot of tools for success to be more successful than India, and then all rights and purposes, right, along with their natural landscape, where they should be a major port and a major hub for goods leaving East Asia, stopping in Pakistan and traveling over to the Middle East via ship. And there should be oil pipelines, and there should be rail that takes goods and services from East Asia through Pakistan into, they're in a natural geographic position to be extremely successful, right? and it hasn't happened. Right? The reason why it hasn't happened is multiple different reasons.
Many
Right?
reasons. Many reasons.
Many reasons. Right?
You got
One is
China.
that you have the wealthy families that have just stagnated. They have enough money. They're not trying to do more. They don't care really what's happening with the people.
You guys
You
have
the
heard of the
military.
you've heard of the
That's
term
more.
elite,
That's
elite
more.
capture? Elite
Yes,
capture.
Yeah,
elite capture.
there
Yes,
I
we-
That's
yeah,
what
we
it's
all
called.
heard
there's a woman who works for the BBC. She's been doing a documentary on the lead
Yeah.
capture. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And she was
yeah.
the 1-2%, and she's defined them in categories of like how they cultivate their circles and media holes and whatnot. I mean, part of it actually became a lot more apparent to the normal folk during this whole past year. I mean, politics, I think even an 80-year-old now is aware of what's really going on. It's that.
Here, and the military is involved in elite capture as well.
Yep.
So these are existential problems that Pakistan is facing. So now, what do they do, right? So that's one issue, right? A second major issue is that the military has shown itself to its allies that it cannot be trusted. Right? The military, in conjuncture with the intelligence agency, over the course of years, have funded and created terrorist organizations to destabilize other countries, India, Afghanistan. They've created
Some of the stuff, I'll tell you,
a dozen or more. Hold on, a dozen or more.
Using the terrorist thing to keep the money rolling in, basically.
Yeah, they've created a dozen or more groups to do these things, and then I'm not saying
sad part.
We're talking, and then so like when you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. They created these terrorist organizations to destabilize Afghanistan. They destabilize Afghanistan, and then they turn around right back to Pakistan and start trying to destabilize Pakistan.
Yep.
So like you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, and they've ostracized every single country that has trying to support them. Whether the U.S. is right or wrong, or they're the world's colonialist or not. This is not the point of this discussion.
I don't even blame the United States' role in this matter.
So
it's the ones who let that happen. You've got enough of those assholes.
So military elite capture.
So you really can't. I will never blame any foreign intervention here, because you've got enough of these bastards in the country who are just doing.
Go closer to the mic, Saint. Get closer to the mic. Another issue is in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and all these other countries were like having a huge problem with Islamists. And I'm not talking about like regular
when
Muslims
they were attacking Yemen and stuff,
or regular political Muslims and stuff like that.
Oh, within the country, right?
Yeah, within the country. So like Saudi Arabia and Egypt and all these other countries they had a release valve. They would send these people to Pakistan, and Zia Haq was encouraging them to come, like bring them, because he felt that they were a counterweight against India, right, against Afghanistan. And this has like poisoned the country from within. Like all these problems have come because of that. Like I don't think that Pakistan was so like super conservative in the 60s and the 70s as they are, as they were in the 80s and early 90s, and possibly now. I don't know enough now about that. No, so like Islam is good. Muslims are good. Following the deen is good. But there is like what's the word? There's moderation in everything. Even this is like what the Prophet.
Well, that was their in-house motto, But the problem was the moderation got to the point of addiction, and they couldn't hide it. The moderation corruption was in Zia actually, I would say, it kept things under tabs. Very, like, let's just put it this way: in this past year, majority of the population of Pakistan, like including me, we learned things about Pakistan and the history and the course it took and the lies we were told. I mean, it's changed everything. Like the perspective completely. Like it, we never knew it was this bad. We knew there was corruption like any other country, right? But we did not know like the core was this bad. And their core was cultivating a lot of these things using, the military love the people had for it and just selling that left and right and doing whatever they wanted.
So those are like some of the major issues that caused Pakistan to be in the situation it was today. And then lastly is that Pakistan used to have a fixed. It wasn't a floating currency. It did not float against the dollar. It was a fixed.
No, they had to have like somewhat reserves of the American dollar.
Yes.
To balance their.
Do you know what that means?
Yes.
So you know what a fixed currency is, Rizke?
What's a fixed? What do you mean by fixed?
Fixed currency is East Asian countries used to have a lot of them used to have a fixed currency.
Okay.
Is that the government says the Pakistani rupee, what's it called?
Rupee.
You're breaking out.
Yeah, the Pakistani government said the Pakistani rupee is worth $30. Let's just say, for argument's sake, right? And then so they would have dollars in reserve to back that up, right?
Okay, I got you.
And then they would be able to trade in that, right?
Right.
But because there's such a trade deficit, because they're elite capture,
right?
They haven't developed their market, right? They haven't developed their exports. So Pakistan exports in clothing and in rice and agricultural goods. And when you don't have a elite rail system, when you don't have shipping, when you don't have ports, when you don't have this, when you don't have that, when you don't have scientific support with your crops and businessmen coming up with new ideas to cheapen labor and to cheapen production when it comes to textiles, you're going to be at a disadvantage to other countries.
Man,
right?
I'll tell you,
your exports are going to drop. And you're not going to have enough money to back the Pakistani rupee. So now Pakistan has a floating currency, which means that it floats on the market against the dollar. And it's causing havoc for the common man. Now a gallon of milk is 20 rupees when last year it was 5, right?
And
so
people are committing suicides in Pakistan. Just the bottom, the bottom floor, they don't know what to do. And they got children to feed. They look at their children and they can't take it. And they've been committing suicides left and right. It's happening every day.
What has Pakistan done to solve these problems? One, they've gone to the IMF, right, to take loans from the IMF. And the IMF has requested that they do certain things.
Actually, the IMF put their foot down now. They that
Imran Khan didn't want to do. They were asking for austerity. They were so the IMF asked for certain things to be done. They were asking for austerity measures. They were asking
reduce
for
their army,
reduction in relief, and reduce their army and reduce and the army and Imran Khan refused, right?
Well, no, wait, hold up.
No.
Imran Khan, listen, Ali. Imran Khan, before he came into power, Saint, you've heard the statement. He says that he would rather die than go to the IMF or something like that. He said something extreme, and you know what? And then you know what he did? He went to the IMF in his, I think, second year
because they had no options.
But that's what I'm saying.
I love Rizwan's
whole. He uses half words.
Yes, he said that. But what did he say after that? You want to complete his sentence? Yeah, I know he said that. But did you hear the whole speech of his that relative to IMF? I'll give you the link because when you hear it with your ears, maybe you missed. He explained why they still have to go to pay the freaking loans. Okay, let me tell you. Did Pakistan in the 3.5 years he had before he was removed had a 6% GDP growth?
The point is that
oh my God, man! Just say
that's fine.
6% GDP growth.
It's good. So that's fine. That's good.
And he was repaying the loan interest, whatever, to get out of it. Pakistan was improving before they slapped it shut. So.
Yeah, and Pakistan was improving.
Nobody else done it, so let's just not, say, he said this, he said that.
Pakistan, listen.
The Pakistani economy hasn't been improving since 2001.
No,
2008.
Saint, his approval ratings were 30. Were in the tank before he got ousted. Him being ousted was the best thing that happened to him.
Actually, yes.
Had this idiotic the opposition party let him finish his term, he would have lost the next elections, by the way.
I know that. But they're too stupid to do that. You know, that's the problem in Pakistan.
But what does that tell you, though?
They actually, there was a really good wording. You know, the
what does
the
that tell you, though?
The gin was like going in the bottle.
Let him finish.
Instead, they exercised the gin, and now the gin's out of the bottle and out of control.
They did him a favor. Yes. Anyways, Alex.
Okay, so let's not get off topic, right? So Pakistan has been showing excellent growth since 2008, right? And they're suffering so badly now because they have so much further to fall. Right?
Exactly.
So they have so much further to fall, so it's even worse.
Too much debt.
Right?
Too much debt.
So there's two options that they have at this point. They've lost most of their friends, right, because of past misdeeds, building the North Korean nuclear program, taking money that the U.S. was giving them for their own military to build their own nuclear weapon, taking information that the U.S. gave them to fight Osama bin Laden, using it to hide Osama bin Laden. Okay, let's put it all out in the open. Okay, so like they've lost friends. They went to the IMF. The IMF is asking them for very stringent things. So their second option is China, right? China at this point has given them 13. I don't know if it's 13 or 30 billion dollars, right? A lot of money. Okay, giving them a lot of money, and when you owe China $1 billion, it's your problem. When you owe China $30 billion, it's China's problem. Right? So they got permission. China's loaning them this money, and then they've given China permission to build rails and ports in the northeastern, southeastern portion of the country. Hold on. Let me finish. Now China has a controlling stake in Pakistan. Right? So, and in the Baluchistan province. So what happens when the Baluchistanis decide they want to be independent and China supports them? What happens then?
You know, I see
the
exactly what you're saying, and here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna disagree with anything. What I'm saying right now is you gotta be a crazy, insane person to even take control of the country right now. You gotta be I mean, literally, you're. I don't know if any other person would be like, you know what, just shoot me in the head, be done with it. It'd be right now where Pakistan is. the spot this whole bullshit has brought them. You know, these idiots with egos just, oh my God, I don't even know. The only thing they care about right now is they don't want a freaking rope around their neck by the end of the day. That's what the people in power are fighting for, their survival. And the populace and with Imran Khan are trying to get the power so they could do that. But here's the thing. I don't think anybody's thought which hole they're in right now. All right?
Well, according
the
to
financial crisis, that boogeyman is staring at them. You know, like...
According to Rizke, Imran Khan's going to bring the elite
I don't know.
him. If they go along with him,
I personally don't even know how he's going to do that.
My thing is this, right?
Yeah. I don't think, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. And listen, Saint, this is being recorded. This is going on to the internet. I hope I am proven wrong. I want Imran Khan to succeed. I'm not an anti-Imran Khan person. You know that. All I'm saying is that, listen to me for a second. All I'm saying is that I am just basing my observations. These are observations and opinions only. I'm not saying what I'm saying is a fact. All I'm saying is that the type of rhetoric that he has made, it does not match up with his actions in terms of the types of people he surrounds himself with, in terms of the types of policies he himself enacted when he was in power, and also some of these recent controversies that have come out, which go against this whole notion that he is like this very honest and whatever law-abiding person, because a lot of people around him have been proven to be corrupted. And okay, maybe
you're right. Listen, with that.
If maybe he was not involved, but the fact that people that close to you are being corrupt and you don't know about it, then that's a problem too.
He actually even said that General Bajwa showed all the files on his,
right,
his all his party members, like if you don't do this, we're gonna put him jail and him jail and him jail. There, he would try to blackmail him and everything. That's no secret, man. I mean, I even know like probably like 60-70% of the guys, the party guys, they were all politicians in Pakistan. They were just sick of not winning, and they thought they can, get a curve out of this. But whatever. The only thing I supported about him was that he was going against Nawaz Sharif. That was like, even by the Supreme Court, called the Sicilian Mafia of Pakistan. And, Zardari. I mean, these guys are established mafias. All right? Mm-hmm. I know them.
Agents of change are not.
So the only one actually trying to fix.
Yeah.
Agents of change are never infallible.
The agents of change are what now? Sorry, or not?
Agents of change are never infallible.
Of course, I'm not saying.
Expect him to be infallible.
And I'm not. I don't want him to be infallible. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that like the type of people, like, I mean, okay, I hope he learns then. Okay, if he's not okay, like people can learn too, right? People should learn from their mistakes, correct? If he gets into power the second time around and he doesn't learn from his previous mistakes, then I'm
not gonna back him. I'm telling you, I am not the crazy guy who's gonna be like, hey, Imran Khan, whatever he does is freaking. I'm not.
There's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people.
They're people. They're those people. Okay, Pakistan. They've got saints
like
and Sufi mazars. You know what they do? All that shit stuff there. There's a reason for it. They've inherited these things.
Yeah. Listen, okay. Imran. Yeah. But go ahead,
Final
Alex.
word. Okay.
Final word.
Final word on this.
My final word is that, like, listen, I'm pro Pakistan. It's my country that I grew up in. It's a country where I still have a lot of relatives. It's a country that I want to see do well. All I'm saying is that, unfortunately, I do not see any top leadership which seems to have the masses' interest at heart. I do not see it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with him there. And the thing is, what's happening at this moment, where that you could say like everything's moved into this corner and nobody knows how to get out of this corner, and that's exactly where they are. Like, it is the pure definition of chaos. Pure. I don't even know how people are day to day surviving there, literally. But I hope, but it's a pretty grim one.
Yeah. My final thought is this, right? If Imran Khan wins the October election, his political opponents and the military are finished. So they're going to do everything they can to prevent that from happening.
Not unless they try to kill him first.
Assassination, whatever. Anything's on the table for his enemies.
Oh, yeah, they definitely want to remove him.
They'll deal with the repercussions later, right?
Yeah,
they want to remove him one way.
Pakistanis don't think two steps. They do the first step first.
If they are successful at it, and all hell's going to break loose in the country itself, and you're looking at the possible.
There are 4 provinces, buddy.
Dissolving of the country.
4 provinces.
That's number one. Right.
Yeah.
The second thing is that. And then China and India are going to take advantage of this, and the Taliban's going to take advantage of the situation. Mm-hmm. If he's successful, right, the military is going to be dissolved like it was in Turkey, and the elite are going to be dissolved like it was in Turkey. And then Pakistan has 2 options: either it becomes a fiefdom of one man, or it's by rule of law. And everything he has said so far, I don't know if it's true or not, but everything he has said has been 2 things: rule of law takes precedent, and elite capture must end. That has been his motto. And I'll forgive him for everything else. And whatever, corruption, teapots, money, illegal daughter, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. If those 2 things, he really means it, then he is a true agent of change, right?
True.
Now, after that happens, what is Pakistan's best way forward, right? The IMF. Good. You have China.
Anywhere you gotta borrow money is a bad freaking way.
My humble, honest opinion, Pakistan's best way towards success, economic growth, economic development, strengthening its position in the region, being able to project power into Afghanistan and into Central Asia. His best option, a lot of people are not going to like this, his best option is to strengthen ties with India.
Yeah.
Period.
No, they have to make peace with India. Why the hell?
Single currency.
But then there's the problem.
Free trade.
There is a big group of people in Pakistan. They are bent over on Kashmir. All right, I'm telling you. You fold on Kashmir, it's like betraying everything. So
we don't have to fold on Kashmir. You guys don't have to fold. Pakistan doesn't have to fold on Kashmir. Free trade and a single currency and strengthening ties with India will increase everyone's standard of livelihood.
I don't think India is going to go for that. I just know.
Yeah, not.
They don't need to.
Right. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Not with Modi.
No, they do need to. They need it. They need it too.
I'll tell you, they need to come out. I'll tell you,
they've gone.
We're talking about a roadmap.
Gotten rid of a huge problem.
That roadmap depends on him even making through this.
Making what?
Imran Khan coming out of this corner. That roadmap you're talking about is dependent on what happens now, and but now is such a grim thing.
But listen, the economic. You're right. I think Alex, you're right. The economic roadmap is the most important thing to focus on. But the problem is and let's end it at this, and then maybe next episode we can go more into the economics, the actual economics, what needs to be done. If you listen to neutral economic experts, okay, people who don't have like political affiliations, and they will tell you they will tell you that there's none of the political parties right now have a clue as to what to do with
well, at least we know about the 13 parties. The 13 parties for sure. Well, what's the name? Ishaq Dar. My God, man.
But not even PTI, my friend.
Yes, they have not even given a roadmap exactly how if they make it out. What is the next step?
Literally. They haven't given a roadmap.
I'll tell you, from Imran Khan's past actions, he's just gonna go deeper into
China.
Well, Saudi Arabia told him you got to fix your political instability, and then we'll invest money. So they have that. Saudi Arabia has always been like there, but right now they're like, okay,
why,
listen.
Right?
Well,
why?
We'll forget the why for now, because that's a whole different.
Why? No. It's a one sentence response. Why is Saudi Arabia so interested in Pakistan?
Well, they are the only freaking nuclear power right now in the Muslim world,
and you're using them as a hedge against
Iran. Well, so you missed today's development. The China being the mediator between Iran and Saudi Arabia.
That's another podcast. Let's.
That was very. I was like, what? Really? Maybe MBBS is not that bad.
MBS, I like MBS. Well,
I'll be honest, man. I've become a fan of MBS right now.
Join our
not that he's building the golden cube, like Makkah.
Like good stuff. Just talking.
I don't like that the fake haram he's trying to make out of gold.
What?
You started this, man. You threw this curveball in there. Now you got me going.
No, I'm gonna wrap this up so we can talk about this.
Okay, wrap it up.
Just don't go make a U-turn again, because
I'm not. Then we're gonna stop recording, and I want to talk to you about this. And this is Kate. Don't sign off.
All right,
guys.
Thank you
for joining the podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. Give us your feedback. Give us your comments. This podcast today was brought to you by Who Knows. Thank you.
Who knows?